welcome back. Over on this monitor, I don't know, just kind of, so I went to the Permian. It didn't even occur to me, I skipped this one. I just was aware of the Siberian traps and the volcanoes, super volcanoes in Australia. So I went to the Permian and focused on that one. But I was just kind of glancing around here. So 66 we've gone through. Let's go to 200. It's interesting, 70 has several. This one I also have at the KT boundary in part. I was just thinking from this one that I was looking at here. Charity Shoal, which is positioned here, pretty much at the edge of the Great Lakes, over far eastern boundary. That one is at less than 470, where the extinction event is 444. I'm not sure how 440 I see here. Let me maybe, let's go to Scholar. Ordovician mass extinction, let's say, and get a reference. I'd like it just to say numbers. Could you just say numbers that are immediately visible to me? Okay, let's look at this. Related Hernantian. Okay. Da-da. Silurian 444 to 419. So maybe that's where that date comes from. The end Ordovician mass extinction. It is more plausible to reinterpret this as a single pulse rapid event that was followed by a prolonged initial recovery intermittently impeded by climatic shocks through the Hernantian, prior to the onset of a progressive reestablishment of marine ecosystems during the early Silurian. So time after 444. Let's see, Hernantian eon or something. Age. 445, maybe I'll write that. Her Mansion 445.2 to 443.8 MA. Of Ordovision and I guess end. So it's really 445 through 440.8. Okay. 85% of all Ordovision species. Okay. Or maybe it doesn't. I guess it doesn't. Question mark. I guess this is equivalent. Like the next adjacent equivalent in this branch. It's crazy. I say branch as it's a like plant-based way of translating things. Okay. So 444 seems about right, or maybe 445.2 to 443.8. So maybe let's check out this. So this is interesting. Is this consistently 470, but then the extinction is 445, 444, 443.8. It's almost like more delayed, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe initially the time was passing more rapidly. I don't know. Maybe let's go around Scholar. Dakar Crater 444 MA. That's it. It's the only usage. This is all over the place. So it's definitely not like misinterpreted to be different times. It's definitely different times. Okay. That's just take note of that. I just thought I'd check out what's going on during these extinctions. So then in terms of impacts, Maybe let's check out around 200. So there's not any apparent extinction in like this time frame. There is around here, but there's not like a spike of anything at that time either. Just these two, if anything. Maybe this one, maybe these, I guess, are related to 360, the late Devonian extinction. Like in the same way as these seem to be clustered before it, maybe there's a delay in these ones at least. Just observing. Okay, let's keep going. Then we got the ones that are actually on time. And then 200. We've got 200 there. That one, who knows? That one's very precisely dated. So 200, maybe, not anything, nothing really exceptional in terms of this type of things going on. And then, of course, the Cretaceous has many. This, to me, though, really, like, where are they? Russia? Maybe let's keep going, looking. United States, Australia, Hungary. I think I got around here, and then I stopped looking. Brazil, Canada, Portugal. So in Hungary and Scotland were the first European locations-ish. I don't know. Yeah, oh, Sweden, Scotland, Czech Republic. Okay, so we had Europe way back, but these are before the Earth expanded. Before the Earth was attacked by a vortex weapon and expanded from its previous radius. Which was around this time frame, so those just didn't count. Maybe this one, it's still above 700. Okay, let's keep going. I don't know, I'm just recording, by the way, if this is a little boring, I don't know. I'm just thinking, like, it's probably not the most entertaining or useful to do this, but, like, if anyone wants to watch, I guess I might as well just keep doing this and then try to make more concentrated videos with higher regularity. I really stopped, like, the Dwarka and Mercury videos. Like, literally, I felt like they almost killed me. And I was like, I can't do that again. Because I was just, like, literally morning to night for, like, a week or two each. Like, way too, and just, like, focus. Like, it's hard work. You sit there, whatever it is I'm doing, like take a picture, copy, paste, put a little thing over it, add some editing, go to Google. Okay, that covered like 3 seconds. Go find an image, for something else. Like, it's fucking... and do like all the nuance to it that I'm not good at, but I still have to like invest time doing. Okay, back to here though. I mean, it really Baja, like if let's look up Baja BC. Time scale. No time scale, but here we are. This is all happening in this time frame of 150 leading into especially 70 and then like 66 and then beginning to dwindle down to pretty much seizing around 50 million, I think. I believe I might be mistaken on that, but let's see. I need a time frame. I think he's got maps with times. 100. Say 120. Here we go. So I think 120 to 55 is really like the window. Maybe 140, 150 if I do the let's look at the Intermontane. I think the Intermontane. I don't think that's... Hold on, maybe. Philippines. Did the Philippines have any papers mention the 100? Literally, just looking for dates. Hundred, alright. 190, 50, was that 50? 50. Mid-Cretaceous. So it doesn't really... Insular terrain. Maybe a scholar again. Insular geology. The magnitude of late Mesozoic terrain translation along the western North American continental margin is controversial. Controversial. Baja, BC. Paleomagnetic data suggests more than 3,000 kilometers of dextral displacement of the insular superterrane and associated assemblages between 74 and 50 million years ago. Let's go back to... Did I leave that paper? No. Put it down here, and then coming up there. This is coming up and hitting, and then running. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to look too much at these details. I just more so wanted to look at the dates and compare it, and it's kind of, that's, the point is, it's generally in this cluster of time frame interest in Canada, British Columbia. Where's Manitoba? Manitoba. Oh, over here. Wonder. Let's find this. Hartney anomaly. Canada, Manitoba. Geology. Okay, Hartney is a town, so I should be able just to find Hartney, Manitoba. There we go. Okay. Maybe somewhere around there. Okay, so around here. So we have an impact over here at this boundary at a different time, but just noting it. And then one here that's kind of like generally along this like interface region of this material and this material that kind of seems to go like that, but within like just near the boundary. So maybe it's like a boundary node that novaed. I don't know why. Is there something that way? I haven't known really what to do with this current, what to think of it. Like so there's a current that flows this way that at Florida separates and goes here like this. And that's happening actually starting here and then gaining space away as it fills in space. where then there's another current coming from across Antarctica this way, and then up here, and then Australia is up here in this region, generally speaking. And this current at this width coming across this way that goes around here, goes down this way to the Mariana Trench. This other current, all these currents, like this one pretty clearly goes in here, like counter to this one, and then it seems to have like a current go this way and a current go this way, so it kind of separates, but it also has a portion that goes maybe up this way, just in general, flowing with this flow. So the point is, this flow comes in this way, and then it starts pushing out this boundary here. Which is really down here. Where the bond of Papua New Guinea on each side, where there's another bond here, a structure here. That just goes up the coastline because they were conjoined, they're connected, and the bond broke like that. And maybe that's what they look like in the ocean. I don't know. Maybe that's like a crater in the ocean. Comparatively, I don't know. But, because it kind of is maybe the same process. Like over here, there's definitely like a center here of something going on. It's like a nova center. I don't know. What was I talking about? I literally juked myself out. Oh yeah, this impact in Hartney. Is at 4950.5 north, 100.5 west. Okay, let's find this location. 100.5 west. 49.5. It's pretty much here. $100.5, 49.5. Okay, I found it. And where's my... Okay, here it is. Right here. Just kind of... It's crazy, all this. Crazy. So I'm just thinking, is there current flowing this way? That maybe runs into this boundary and starts to flow up here. This way. And like pushing this current over here. Basically causing resistance to it that then leads to the current going more this way. Which didn't happen until like 100 million. So this is actually closely tied also to that time frame of 100 to 80 million, like building into the 66 million, like rapid expansion phase of the Earth's expansion. But maybe there's a current going over that way. I honestly think it makes sense. Just looking at it now, like it's generally restricted to this boundary and this boundary that then runs into here and like carves into this boundary and then flows up this way. Maybe branches off here. Flows in here. Maybe when it reaches here, it's like because the crack went this way and then there's a current coming in here, it just kind of pushes the crack open. Because, I mean, I don't know, it could also be the Mariana Trench current, but I think that one, like, it's here, but it's also over here. We can see it here, like the Mariana Trench symbol is not, it's repeated here like a murmur, but then it's up here. And it's almost like assuredly there for this shape, which we see really distinctly here. Like that current was flowing into this location, I believe. Maybe okay, let's follow this. Right here, this location, right here. Maybe before it spread apart, this was more in line, like this would have been flowing across this way, kind of thing, with the current that's related to these boundaries. Where this goes over here, back here to here, which then goes like, the way I look at it is like this is also this, maybe. Here, like folding. So maybe, like it does that, this line goes over here, and then it goes like here. Where this current just was flowing physically through this region across here, then another current's coming down here, another current's coming here. This current, and then it branches off this way and comes this way, and then this current's going this way, and then it branches off this way. It goes here, up this way maybe? At which point it produces this feature. I'm not sure. And then this feature, I'm just thinking like essentially this current from here went directly into across to here. Wait. This one. This current. This current. This one. This one goes up here. I was just thinking maybe this goes over and then it runs into the resistance of that and moves up, leaving behind this motion and then this here also, and then it gets through over this way, but it runs into resistance, goes down this way, through here, and feeds into this region more. Which then causes it, though, to generally to wrap around, like to produce this segment where it wraps back around and then flows through down this way. Pretty much is coming back to this location because it got pushed away by resistances that pushed it up that way, and then it flows in a different angle. And just many angles are going on here, which is going on here, which is going on here. Okay, let's get back to... so I would say that one. Let's see, this one's along the British Columbia. It's interesting, those are all within the same error. Libya. Let's see where the Jack Pine... I guess I could just look for it. Jack Pine Creek. British Columbia? Maybe. I don't know. Da 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 da. Hmm. Let's see. Oh well. Bunch in Brazil. Which if this current that goes down this way continues down this way and then goes out like this, fanning out. Let's just look at the boundaries of Brazil. I mean, it's just captures such a huge region. I almost need to look at where they are in Brazil. I don't know why I did that. For the flame, it's pretty much center of the flame. Across this way. The flame goes like this. Let's see. It's like right around there. Looks like it's down this path. So, like it goes kind of down here, maybe? I don't know. To get through that way. That was kind of weird to see him looking at it from the side. Ah! Okay. Let's check out some more. What did I do? What did I do? No time to look around. Okay. Oh yeah, that's what I did. Okay, that one we see. There. Kind of see this shape here, this here, so it's kind of it's around this region, I guess. So this region, the current is going down this way and vibrating, and going across here and then running into the current that's going through Australia and physically wrapping back. Some of it, I think, going out that way, but like largely being deflected back this way, where it physically bends back that way, and then just gets like cycled into this loop through here generally. So there's a one down there in that region. Maybe where crossover is, like a current going this way, current coming down here, because this is all not like absolutely, it's doing a bunch of things that are kind of just like the path it's taking. Like it's going across, it's meeting resistance, so part of it's going this way, but part of it continues through, depending on if it has enough. In some instances, it probably like builds such a wall that it's really like goes around it almost, probably entirely, but okay. So there's another one, and then another in Brazil over here, down here. So we've got one like here, we've got one like here, or looks like around here, and then one I believe is around down here. So there's a triple. So yeah, so the current's coming across this way, spreading out in this flame thing, and just interacting with the current, because there's probably, honestly, now that I think about it, like, this probably was just flowing across, like the last video, the Permian one that I was talking about, how well it's gonna flow this way, so it makes sense. If the earlier ones were like United States, Canada, Africa, and like more so focused there, but now we're seeing this like stretch in this time frame, specifically starting around here. I mean, Australia, I think around 120. This has other things going on, but around here we really see like an almost entirely related to this one current appearance, where it's going down the coastline through Canada and then Brazil. And Canada still, like, it's still flowing. It's a continuous flow that along the way has like variability and different interactions and different outcomes, where sometimes it produces like impacts by the nova events of just like compression of the fluid to a point where it just like shoots upward, and maybe not even like in a singular event, but just like repetitively, kind of like like lava does when it's just like and like every little bit that shoots up over time, like, but so much that it becomes detectably like a earthquake and impact, and or an impact. I mean, maybe it is just like that for an impact. Very much like a singular, like sharp hit, like boom. But so Brazil, Canada, those are, and then it looks like in south of the Mediterranean. So if we go back to the currents, Libya and Egypt. Let's just get the exact boundaries. I guess maybe the locations would be good. Why did it bring me in like that? Whatever. I guess the only thing that matters is where they are. Libya one is Ibn Battuta. I don't think that's it. See what happens. The Banana Cafe. I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I was like, it's on the coastline. Let's find it over in a scholarly paper, maybe. Something. Here we go. Southeastern. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's so little. Oh, how cute. Even though it's in this, like, bigger system here. Interesting. Okay. 24 or 21.5 20 21.5 20. Do like that. I don't know. I wonder if it's probably not. Okay. 20.5 east is around here. And then there we go. Right around there. Just kind of at this boundary. Because there's generally currents just going across this way, but then they go up this way and go back that way. Or they go up this way and go this way. Or is that what happens? That might be what happens. I can't remember what I think that's how I concluded what was happening. Is that it basically, this current divided this so that some of it went back this way and basically joined this flow. And then some of it went back this way, which then ended up going down here and joining this flow. That's crazy right there. Is that visible? I guess it's just the structure. Here, maybe. Not even necessarily centered on there, is it? It might be centered more here. I feel like I see one right here. I don't know. Just a big old structure. Maybe ammonite. More ammonite-like, though. Whoa. Pardon me. Okay. Whoa. Okay, so Egypt, Canada, Brazil. The Egypt and Libya is specifically the location in Libya that it was. I guess it makes sense that over like in this section, that's kind of got this current going this way, this going this way, and then this going more directly across. So it kind of contains it, so maybe it would have more likelihood of like a compressive nova type of outcome. I don't know. Australia again. So Australia is just continuously. Maybe I wonder if these trace sort of like ammonite shaped. If I trace that, I don't know, probably not. If there's some something of that nature. Egypt, Canada, Brazil, Far East Russia, Canada, Mexico, Botswana. Where was that one? Sichuan. Maybe here. There might be one like right here. I don't know. Sometimes that happens where there's like there's literally one that we describe that has like a way bigger ring that's just not considered part of the structure. So there's one down here along the East African Rift where current's flowing pretty substantially. Given it being a East African Rift. I guess that just indicates that this flow from here that was going this way almost got, maybe even got blocked across time, so it didn't. I'll put this back, I guess. So it couldn't go this way, and more so went down this way, but not like along this way. Which then maybe fed into here, the East African Rift region. As well as this current coming down and joining its. This goes this way, and then they do this and that and vibrate out. So there's one current going this way, one current going here. But that, like, at some point it really doesn't flow this way as much, maybe. I feel like that's going on where there's like switches in the process where like the current fills a region so it goes somewhere else, and etc, etc. Kind of like how I'm looking at other things in the KT boundary now, because I kind of exhausted the like low hanging fruit that I could quickly find by just typing in like this kind of number, 66 MA 66 MA geology. I tried to find, I could have sworn there was places I found, yeah, like that. It's not like I looked that far or hard, like it's right there. I don't know what this is about. Rapidly subsiding basin, northeastern China. There's another one. Let's see when this started. 66. 66. This ATS, astronomical time scale. '66 to 23 MA. So basically, Bohei Bay Basin basically is tied to the process also. Let me just write that down. Just make a second video where I just add new things with more, more. And then I can just, I was thinking I could even do one for the Permian. I don't know what I'm doing. I know I just go on tangents sometimes. Let's keep following this trail. Ukraine, Brazil. Mexico, Libya, Botswana, literally just everywhere. But not continuously everywhere, spaced out everywhere. And then Greenland. Russia, Kazakhstan. Such a big area. Pretty much here, Turkmenistan is where this feature is. So above it is Kazakhstan, which this flowed through. I don't know. I was just trying to think of why exactly that would be going on. United States, Mississippi, 45. Texas, Mississippi, California, Texas, Mississippi, California, Texas. Wait, no, that's the same one. Let's just think about that for a second. Literally, what are the odds? I go up, I don't see Texas again. I don't see Mississippi like that. They were clustered, but they, according to modern interpretation, that would have to be just purely happenstance that they were clustered like that. But not that clustered, because it would be 20 million years, so it would just be happenstance. But the reality is, they're clustered because the current is flowing, and certain locations are experiencing like the pinnacle of compressional forces at certain times. So United States after, I mean, this makes sense if you think about it. Like Yellowstone is all those super volcanoes in that region. Let's see. I don't know what the wait what I'm looking for exactly. Like there's other volcanoes in this series. Maybe check this out. Let's see. 20 million. Volcanism begins 20 million years ago. Radiometric dating, of course. And then it continues. That's interesting. It's like the current is flowing, and then the current like slows down, so it has a time for gas to start to like pressurize. I don't know, maybe something. Okay, super volcanoes. Da-da-da. Yellowstone, Valles Caldera, Valle, I don't know. Spear point's interesting. Interesting. Spear points, huh? I bet these are. Oh, you're saying this impact site has spear points on. Alright, just checking. People are like, yeah, dude. I, what else we got here? These are not Long Valley. I know that one is. I guess Caldera. I don't know. I don't think Caldera is exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. Texas, so let's think about this. Texas, Mississippi, California, Texas, Also Greenland in the process. Where's this one? I'm just trying to look at the ones that are kind of clustered over there. Probably Canada too. Far north. So we got Nunavut, Canada. Devon Island. Somewhere here. I guess this. It's interesting. Yep. This one says 31 to 32. Said 39. Okay, so we got Mississippi. Where's Dev? Let's look at this island real quick. It's here. Around here, I guess. So there's probably like this current goes this way, but it probably also goes this way, like through here. And really probably fed into Iceland too, but definitely a current's flowing along this boundary. So there's a high likelihood that there's one current going this way, and then another current just based on these going specifically right across it, so that it has crossing currents that then, I guess, caused a impact site there at that time. So that one probably can kind of shed some light on the other locations, because for sure there's this current going this way that then, I guess at that point, like, this has moved away and it's starting to fill in here, so it's much more flowing like across here, out to here, and then out of here, across to like here and out this way. And so, actually, that's probably when this support structure got, like, overwhelmed. Like, because it's kind of confusing, like, where is this current that flowed literally across? It literally flowed all the way across here to here by flowing up this way, not here yet though, and then up here, up this way. That was physically there. So my thought is maybe as this current came in, it kind of pushed the boundary down here, and this, as that broke away, then this current just relieved its pressure up here, and that led maybe. I don't know. That doesn't make sense, actually. No, no, no. Never mind. Never mind. I would say in part, but not like completely, because essentially, yeah. Essentially, the dragon, the mid-Pacific mountains were forming 112, I think, to 66 million years. Or at least there's evidence of deposits on them in that time frame. So they were here, pretty sure, that they were physically down here. So that would mean this boundary was formed sufficiently. So there was certainly some pressure coming down this way. Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. Let's keep going though. We got Mississippi, California, Texas, Texas. It's hard to say without the exact location. B. Bluff, Texas. It's along the swastika. I hate to say it, but there's a swastika in the middle of the country, and I mean, I don't hate to say it because it's just been usurped and stolen by tyrants. So I mean, it's predates the tyrants. So like, anyway, here's this symbol thing going here that kind of goes across that way. Goes over here, it goes that way, it also goes that way. And then maybe it doesn't quite visibly go this way that much. More so here, and then having this way. And also here, so it's almost like a window more than a swastika, maybe. Or something more like a cube with a side. But anyway, this is along that line. That's interesting. I don't know if that's relevant. I assume that's terrain reasoning for why that's populated like that. Like it just bends. I don't think that's like, unless it's a coastline or the border coastline. Siberia. Spain is a little anomalous. I'd say pretty anomalous. Although the Alps were getting pushed into by Africa, so maybe it compressed. Where in Spain is this? Let's see where this is. There. I was thinking it'd be real interesting if it's like pushed, squeezed out to a boundary. It's like around there and there. There and there, like around here. That's interesting. That looks related. Like there might be one here that they're referring to, but not that one that's there. Ten, 20 kilometers, maybe 30. Oh yeah, there's one like there. I guess this current goes this way, crosses up into this current, and goes this way. And this way, and also generally this way, but like more so this way. Those paths, maybe. Just thinking, like, would that compress this region like a finger? Maybe. Like the hand of God thing. It's all over the place. I guess I probably should look at. Oh yeah, we can see it right here. Oh my god, right here. It's like the whole country. This one's like a terminal. This reminds me of the terminal vibe that I was getting over here, where this overlays this terminal. And connects back to Yellowstone from Bighorn Mountain. Pretty, which is where this is going on. Here is connected to Yellowstone across by that connection. That's like pretty much a straight line, like boom, boom, plus this boundary thing and this. I don't know what to make of it all, but like that's kind of gives me that, and it almost is like the bond broke, like the energy is disconnecting, and it's like pulling away, leaving behind this like I don't know. Or maybe it's connected through like a current flowing like that and compressing like a rib. Oh, life. Okay, let's keep going. United States. Okay, Spain, Spain. So again, we see the same kind of thing happen where it's no Spain, no Spain, 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 Croatia, Chile. I mean, okay. Croatia. Got it. Got it. Yeah, I'll remember that. Can't blame me not for not remembering that. That's pretty tough ass, guys. It's like a little. I don't know what to make of it. Like if I did this, can I still see its features? I guess here, something of that nature. I guess so. Okay. Why was I looking at that? Croatia. So Russia. So we're seeing Russia, like more Asia, Kazakhstan, Russia, and then we see more in Europe here. So it looks like there's a flow out of Asia into Europe that is like consolidating. Maybe not like a huge flow, but a flow that is consolidating in Spain here at this time. Senegal. Then again, New Jersey, Virginia. So it's probably this flow going across, physically across, underneath the layer of cooling crust, but flowing below it. And then literally emitting out at this crack between, but then continuing on and flowing into North America, basically along the western or eastern through here, and then generally into this region and into here. Then we're seeing craters in the United States here, New Jersey, Virginia. This current going down here, and this probably has a current coming across this way that's feeding across here, flowing still this way from South America into Africa. That then, although maybe like once the Earth begins to expand, it flows out to the boundaries. But it seems like it's flowing. Maybe it's doing out to the boundaries, but then it's also colliding in places that are, or like it's getting pinched at the boundary here, so it's creating novas here along the boundary. It's flowing and getting pinched because that's where the current's flowing along the boundary. Let's look at this. So like this goes generally up this way over here, and then here somewhere over here, so that the flow then goes this way. But it looks like, go back in here and spiral in like this, and did so. And so maybe that's related to that nova Here, or Nova. What do you mean, Nova? We're looking at impact structures, you asshole. He's trying to indoctrinate our children. Protect our children. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. I said maybe you're right. Fachada structure in Colombia. That one looked like maybe I could search for it. Okay, I guess that's fine. So it's pretty much under Aruba. It's pretty in line here. Like one initially before these separated, this current flowed in this way and then fanned out like this. But then as the continents separated, the current going down here must have more so started, like it physically formed Panama. The overall process formed Panama at least. And then I believe this current continued to flow. That's probably why Panama formed even, is because a current was flowing and then another current was flowing and crossed over it and created like a lifted terrain, relatively speaking, in that stretch. Maybe even why it bends. Like it was going this way. Down here, and then it met resistance from the Galapagos hotspot current going this way that bends it. I'm not completely sure if this is like newly formed. Like it's partly from here also, I think. Anyway, but generally speaking, it points at that. So maybe there's some relationship to that. For that one, let's just move on and just see if we can Mali. That's interesting. I thought that was an island. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know geography very well. What in the... Yeah. Okay, so there's a impact over here somewhere. Panama. Interesting that we were just talking about Panama and with this Colombia one. And now here we are talking about Panama with an actual impact site. Just saying. And then this, again, Senegal and Mali, so like we're pretty much adjacent to one another. So this here, let's look at this map. Like this current going up this way, coming back this way, and in part flowing back in here. I don't know where the impact is exactly. This looks more like it's able to flow without resistance. Like this current more so goes that way, if anything. I don't know. Like if it's able to get it across. Let's just move on though. Panama. Off the coast of California. So all these are all related to that. Like over here, they were related, or Spain. It was a different in Africa. It's different time, and in Siberia, Saudi Arabia. Those ones were like in that region of the world, and then we start to move to the current that's along the western coastline of North America, or yeah, we move first through the eastern boundary of North America from that coastline, and then we kind of like merge with the other current, I guess. Like it runs into the other current, and then we start to see Panama, Colombia, California. Where was California before here? So for sure, like that other current's just involved, like creating novas throughout, but then Panama, Japan. Let's look at Japan. When did Japan form? I think there's even what in the I thought it said when did it form, like as a country, as a government, I guess. Subduction started in the early Silurian, so this is when we're just starting to see pressures build up, I guess. Which is really, that's interesting. That's like leading into the end Ordovician mass extinction. How long is this? Holy crap, 140. It's like, what am I gonna even talk about? Just ranting though. I think we're making some progress. Honestly, I think there is an actual sequence that, like, I'm looking at impact structures. They shouldn't do this. They should not have sequences like this. Maybe if time was like more contracted, it could be feasible that their impacts like one boom, 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 so that they hit the same location over and over. But if we're gonna interpret millions of years, they just should not do this. Okay. Mexico, Argentina. Again in Asia. I really think Asia, it looks like Kazakhstan, north of that resistance wall that the current physically runs into here. There's just a bunch of stuff going on here. It seems where the current here just like gets trapped in novas, I guess. Possibly had like certain time intervals. Because it's a little odd how frequent this is. Kazakhstan. Like throughout. Okay. Well, let's go Argentina. We're really seeing a bunch of Argentina. Now we're seeing a bunch of Argentina. Like, it really makes no sense. Look at how many Argentina. 1, 2, 3. Mind you, this is starting at less than 10 million. 4 plus or minus 1 million. 1, 2, 1.2 million, 3, 4, 5. Like, literally. Let's go like this. Country. Five Argentina. All in the same time frame. Australia just has a bunch. But interestingly, they're really concentrated in the Earth expansion process time frame, like exclusively, except maybe this one. Every Australian impact. This list is not limited to 650 million years and younger, it goes older. So that every impact in Australia is within that time frame, and that's when Australia was having this thing happen to it where it was literally becoming an ammonite. It makes sense that there's a lot there. Let's see, Brazil. Okay, so unlike Argentina, Brazil ends at 65 million. Whereas Argentina, like, interestingly, that reminds me of the Argentine margin, which I brought up in the KT boundary video, which kind of boring topic maybe in some ways, so that makes it hard to like look at, because it's like the ocean margin, like, oh my god, dude, what am I doing with my life when I'm reading about ocean margins in Argentina? Like, is that what you got to do with you? Oh my god. But like, it is interesting though to note that this actually even interesting also, Brazil, yes, starts at the Permian Triassic boundary. This one we were even talking about as one of the potential Permian Triassic impact craters. So it's as if breaking into Brazil, which really probably is when this current coming down this way manages to like bust through and create this flame and like overwhelm. Maybe it was meeting resistance for a while and then it flowed through, and that led to just this wave of novas in Brazil that then seize at the KT boundary, which is when like space was opened up, so there wasn't the flow going into South America as much as the Pacific, maybe. Canada, let's see, we don't, it's just, I don't know, Nova Scotia, that was probably during Earth's expansion process. All of these so far are, Canada just littered with them. And then we have some older ones. So like these are not from the expansion process. But quite a few during it. Which makes sense given what was going on in Canada, with it being also an ancient ocean. Bunch of Canada, bunch of... Okay, let's find some intermediary ones, like Chad. Again, the same time frame. Just like in the multiple hundreds, it looks like. They're not like approaching present like Argentina, but they're not simultaneous either, but they are like regularly together. China oddly lacking them. That's interesting that they lack them so much. Maybe they're not discovered. This one's late Devonian extinction kind of time frame. And then this one's pretty important time frame, I'd say, also based on Baja BC type of stuff and other things. So maybe that's why China has those two, because they were just like major times in the process, where even somewhere like China where the currents just weren't compacting these things, was able to happen at those instances. Colombia, Croatia, that's fine. We need some with more, like Egypt 100, 112. Greece, I guess these are considered to be twin impacts. This is more odd, like the range. It's almost like two spectrums. The way it appears, at least. India, some pretty recent ones. Although this doesn't list Shiva Crater. Okay, let's see. Kazakhstan and Permian and Ordovician. Possibly pushing the KT boundary. I don't know. Probably not. But that's interesting. Kazakhstan has two of the extinctions with a impact structure during them. Question mark, question mark. Younger and here. 2, 3. Russia's are all younger than the Permian extinction. The and Permian. Scotland, pretty different there. Before Earth expansion, those I would call more random almost. More random. Maybe there's like something unrandom to it all that's I'm not able to describe, but like effectively like different steps in the process that makes it more like it happened at that time and then it happens again. Maybe the randomness is not so random and in that it's like a node of some sort that gets I don't know. I don't know. Again, Spain. Old ones in Sweden only. That's interesting. United States has a bunch, but they're all 600 million. They're all during the Earth's expansion process. Every one of them. It's pretty early 600 million for there to be like pressure building up there. That's interesting. It's at the boundary of Idaho. Which is almost assuredly chosen based on terrain. Okay. Iowa. I wonder if we pay attention to the dates. Missouri, Nevada, anything like 300 plus, let's say. Montana, Iowa, Tennessee, Kentucky, South Carolina. So it's pretty wide distribution. I was wondering if it'd be more like West Coast only. New York, Montana. Maybe Kentucky again, Missouri, Georgia. Okay, I definitely gotta go. Peace out. See y'all later. Thanks for checking out my viewpoint and accounting for it. Appreciate it. I know I'm just indoctrinating the masses, maybe, with my tomfoolery and shenanigans that are not quite valid. I don't know. Time will tell. You guys will tell. That's who will ultimately tell. You guys will tell. Someday. Someday.